Good morning, bright and sunny inside of our own beings, feeling our skin as it dissipates energy from your body. You don't want it to get too hot nor too cold. So we regulate our use of our energy and it goes through our skin. We do more activity if we're too cold. So I'm lucky enough to be in Puerto Rico. I can feel the sun shining right through my windows, right on me, caressing me with a great deal of warmth. 90 million miles away. It takes 18 seconds from the surface of the sun to my arm, or yours, wherever we are on the earth. Around 18 seconds. And it is warm. It's warm. That's the crazy thing. It's warm from 90 million miles distance. In fact, if you stay out in the sun too long on a beautiful, warm, sunny day, you may very well get sunburned. When one contemplates it in not taking things for granted ways, it is a source of awe for us, of reverence for this amazing power. This is fusion power, right? That we're trying our best to facilitate having a technological development of being able to do fusion power. I'm working on it right now, and successfully. But 90 million miles away, and my arm is warmed through the window by this source of energy. It's indicative of the incredible nature of our universe, of creation. We're a part. We're related. We're related to the sun. Without the sun, we would not have the life that we have here. Without the sun, we wouldn't have the planets rotating around it, being held by the sun's gravity, its pull. So much that we don't think about. Not that we're taking things for granted, but we're just not aware of them. We're focused, we're concentrating on our day-to-day existence, our interests, our likes, our dislikes. And therein lies opportunity, potential, for us to help modulate, to change, to have a chance for a reflection of an interpretation and a change in our direction of our course. We like to think of ourselves as ships upon a vast sea of life. Helmspeople we are. One hand on the steering wheel, the other on the rudder. And we can get along. With a bit of good fortune, we can be successful, succeed in acquiring our goals, in helping determine our direction. And this is what we're doing right here, right now. By seeking a sense of mindfulness more of the time, by practicing, by developing, by being aware of the tools that we share, our breath, our pulses, the radiation of all kinds of energies from and into our bodies, be it the sun on my arm right now, or in one's thoughts, or one's words, or one's actions. It is really such an amazing circumstance that's occurring. Being receptive and planting seeds in oneself for creating a state of reverence for all that has been and is occurring. And a sense of astonishment or amazement at the sheer magnitude of the variety, the intricacy of what's occurred to the energy that began 14 billion years ago as an explosion. And here it is. Think how it's developed just on this one world we have named Earth. All the variety, the differentiation, the amount of colors, the amount of different types of life forms. Astonishment, being in awe of everything that we are a witness of, can be one's pulse, which is a combination of many different elements. It is, from a historical standpoint, our evolution of our DNA, of a heart in the first place to squeeze and relax, and to pump some kind of a fluid, we call it blood, throughout our vascular systems, our arteries, and back to our veins, and to the capillaries, through all these different activities and actions to sustain life, and within the context and boundaries of one's unique physicality. Hardly need to, but we'll mention our brains, thinking about the incredible potential each of us exhibits every day. Not taking these things for granted, celebrating them. We can sneeze or chew or dabble our fingers in a cup of water, put on and off shoes, swallow, open and close our eyes. All of these activities we often relegate to non-remembering. All of a sudden, when one is being thoughtful, become relevant. This is mindful meditation. Being here in one's own body, one's own skin, feeling the warmth, feeling the energy emanating, coming in and going out, heightening, seeking as a goal the ability to be receptive to and accepting of more kinds of energy, more kinds of occurrence, events going on. There are an infinite number occurring in every single moment in each of us. Millions upon millions, if not millions upon billions, if not billions upon trillions. If there's 37 trillion cells in an adult human being, how many conversations do you think are going on? Forms of communication. Billions, right? Maybe trillions. Breathing, long, slow, purposefully, contently, calmly, relax, at ease. Pulsing, methodically, in a cadence of life's energy, squeezing and relaxing 60 times a minute, around 90,000 times a day. Being aware. Being aware of one's cellular activity, of the shimmering majesty of one's biological structure, of the chemistry, of everything that is going on. Thinking about the air we breathe, from whence it has come. Yesterday, a week ago, a month ago, a year. Knowing the winds aloft we call the jet streams are traveling usually in an average of 100 to 300 miles an hour, circulating our atmosphere. Where was this air that you're breathing now, in this very moment, a year ago? Was it in India? Was it in Peru? Was it in South Africa? Where? Was it in Iceland? Interesting question. Our goal is to be mindful and to flow with a sense of mindfulness, that we not get too lost in our individual moment-by-moment inquiries into whatever is interesting in the moment or at hand. Have a continuation of, like, feeling one's pulse, feeling the movement of blood as it's circulating within, and being aware of what it represents each moment as they are continuing to arrive. Each one is part of a whole, maintaining a sense of perspective. Once in a while, when one breathes or pulses or shimmers with heat or other electromagnetic energies, being responsive, knowing, remembering one's wider perspective on the universe than what one might have just been thinking about, more narrowed focus. Both are fine. Both are part of a whole. To flow and transition with a greater awareness is a wonderful goal. Being aware of the currents and the flows. This is our goal. Doing this is so much easier when one has tools. Tools, for example, our breath, our pulse, our shimmering majesty, or three that are very useful, shared by all, easy to become acquainted with by just sitting quietly and seeking an answer. Do I breathe? How? Why? When? Etc. Or pulse? Or shimmer? Same questions, different processes. These investigations in themselves are enough to elicit, if one makes an effort, to have a sense of reverence, a sense of amazement at the discussion we're having, creating within one's own being a sense of the majesty of the awe of creation. Allowing it to be is a good deal of that. Being receptive to one's own being, one's own uniqueness, is again a good part of that. These are the parts that one overlooks or even denies in the sometimes frantic activity we find our minds involved in. It's okay. One needs to practice to learn to focus and concentrate better, because we don't learn that in school. We need to, but we don't. It is a change we are contemplating and need to implement. Meditation in schools. The curriculum of schools today is very limited. My aspiration is, with artificial intelligence carefully and thoughtfully utilized to accentuate learning experiences, will give us time to develop other features that humans possess: kindness, understanding, sympathy, empathy, compassion, love, friendship, dancing, art, music. Why not? Are these not expressions of the creativity of our universe? Do they not have as much merit or more than the development of weapons of destruction? There is a time and a place in the passing of the seasons for us to look up, gaze around and within inside oneself, to help determine from where we have come, where we want to go forward from here, our goals, our aspirations. So think deeply, my friends, my family. Think deeply from whence we have come and where we are heading. Understand and query with the 6 questions of Thomas Wilson, the rhetorician, asking. The answers are here, inside of ourselves. If the answer is not here, then look at the internet, ask, and ye shall receive, ye shall find. The reason these sayings have been immortalized for thousands of years is because of their truth. The reason, know thyself, Socrates' famous quote, 2,000 years old, still rings in every heart because it is true. To thine own self be true, a phrase from Shakespeare, again, worthy of being retold and retold countless times. Thinking about these things, with all my heart, I wish you a wonderful day, aware, alert, more alive, thankful, kind, cheerful, aspiring for self-improvement. Linger for a minute, always a good idea. Namaste.